I am your co-pilot, Dr. Dylan Davis, Swinburne University of Technology, Melbourne, Australia. Introduction. This presentation begins with a reflective auditory environment that invites contemplation about the evolving relationship between technology and music. Through an immersive audio-visual experience, the work encourages viewers to consider how digital systems increasingly guide, assist, and shape our creative processes. The title, I Am Your Co-Pilot, underscores the symbiotic nature of this relationship, suggesting technology is no longer a passive tool but an active participant in the creative journey. The foundational concept sets the stage for a deeper exploration of how sound and visuals can be used to represent and interrogate technological progress. Conceptual foundations. The use of multiple drone layers in this soundscape serves as a powerful metaphor of technology's relentless and omnipresent march forward. These consistent and unwavering tones echo the steady, often imperceptible advancement of digital systems that increasingly permeate human experience. By establishing a temporal continuity, the drones reflect how technology integrates persistently into daily life, becoming a background presence that shapes our interactions and perceptions. This sonic metaphor provides a conceptual anchor for the work, emphasizing the subtle yet profound influence of technological systems on our environment and consciousness. Ambient layers in this composition illustrate the evolving nature of music in response to technological advancements. As technology progresses, it expands our capacity for sonic exploration and musical expression. The programmatically mixed audio streams create a seamless, continuous experience that mirrors this ongoing evolution. These ambient elements not only enhance the immersive quality of the work, but also symbolize a dynamic interplay between human creativity and digital innovation. Through this lens, music becomes a living entity, constantly reshaped by the tools and the system we develop. William Gibson's cyberspace. William Gibson's concept of cyberspace as a consensual hallucination provides a philosophical and historical framework for our understanding of our current technological reality. His visionary language bridges the speculative fiction of the 1980s with today's immersive digital environments. In this work, spoken word elements referencing Gibson's ideas offer both historical grounding and contemporary relevance. This serves as a narrative thread that connects past imagings of digital space with present-day experiences, highlighting the enduring impact of Gibson's thought on how we conceptualize and engage with technology. Visual concept, formless and organic. The visual components of this work feature formless and organic shapes that align and react with tonal qualities of the drone. These abstract visuals enhance the immersive experience by appealing to both auditory and visual senses. The shapes represent the intangible nature of cyberspace, remaining responsive and present within the digital landscape. This design choice underscores the fluid and elusive characteristics of digital environments, creating a visual metaphor that complements the sonic elements and deepens the viewer's engagement with the themes of technological immersion. Fractal-based visuals in the presentation symbolize a dynamic and unpredictable nature of technology. These fluid, shape-shifting forms embody the recursive and layered architecture of digital systems. Fractal geometry serves as a visual metaphor for technological development, illustrating how complexity arises from simple, repeated patterns. The ever-changing textures reflect the constant state of flux inherent in technological environments, reinforcing the theme of continuous evolution. This visual strategy not only enhances aesthetic appeal, but also provides a conceptual representation of the intricacies of digital progress. The work creates a synesthetic experience by tightly integrating sound and image. The three-dimensional cubes respond to both the mouse movement and real-time frequency analysis, with bass, mid-range, treble bands modulating visual behavior. This dual responsiveness blurs the boundaries between auditory and visual stimuli, making them inseparable. The interaction exemplifies the relationship between human creativity and technological capability, where digital systems not only respond to, but also enhance artistic expression. The approach fosters a deeper sensory engagement and highlights the potential of technology to enrich creative experiences. Technical implementation. Granular synthesis is employed to fragment audio into microscopic grains, which are then reconstructed into continuous textures. This technique mirrors the incremental nature of technological advancement, where discrete moments of digital processing accumulate into complex structures. Each grain represents a small unit of transformation, contributing to a larger temporal and sonic narrative. The method itself becomes a metaphor for how technology builds complexity from simple operations, reinforcing the conceptual message of the work through its technical execution. Frequency modulation, or FM synthesis, is used to generate metallic tones with rich harmonic content. These sounds evoke mechanical and electronic qualities of the digital systems, emphasizing their artificial construction. The synthetic nature of these tones serves as an auditory metaphor for computational processes that underpin technological environments. By incorporating FM synthesis, the work highlights the engineered aspect of digital soundscapes and reinforces the theme of mediated reality through electronic means. The voice recordings of Gibson's cyberspace descriptions are processed through programmable filter banks, resulting in dynamic spectral alterations. This integration transforms the human voice into part of a broader sonic landscape, symbolizing the mediation of communication through technology. The processing techniques reflect how digital systems filter and reshape human expression, aligning with the work's exploration of technological influence. The voice becomes both narrative element and sonic texture, bridging conceptual and technical dimensions. WebGL shaders are utilized to generate real-time fractal noise patterns, creating complex and ever-changing visual textures. The recursive mathematics of fractals mirror the recursive nature of technological developments, emphasizing the layered and iterative processes that define digital systems. Real-time rendering showcases the immediacy and responsiveness of these systems, aligning form and function. This technical implementation not only supports the conceptual message, but also enhances the immersive quality of the visual experience. Experience and access. This work is accessible online at thisisnotlondon.com/audio/FARM'25, offering an interactive experience that engages users directly. Controls include a spacebar to start and stop audio streams, mouse navigation to explore the 3D space. Technical constraints such as cause restrictions transform the viewing experience into a form of network participation, requiring users to interact with the same technological systems that the work examines. This participatory element reinforces the theme of technological immersion and invites users to become an active participants in the digital narrative. Conclusion and inquiry. The project concludes with a reflection on the interaction between human creativity and technological advancement. By converging sound synthesis, visual generation, and interactive media, the work blurs disciplinary boundaries and invites contemplation of our digital immersion. The combined audio and visual elements prompt viewers to consider the implications of technology on artistic expression and personal agency. The central question posed, are we the pilots or are we being piloted, encapsulates the inquiry into our evolving relationship with digital systems and challenges us to reflect on our role within this dynamic landscape.
Dylan should be online to be able to answer them. So let me confirm that Dylan can hear us.
Yep, I can hear you.
Excellent. I always love the voice of God effect. I'm going to stop screen sharing so that if Dylan wants to take over the screen, that can be done.
I don't have anything to show, so
You might get questions that cause you to want to show
yeah.
something.
If anyone's got any questions, that would be.
We've got some questions in the audience. I'm bringing microphones around so you can still hear.
Let me just.
Yes, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect, thank you. So, like the video we just watched, it's like the subject of the work seems to be really interesting, but I maybe didn't really, get everything like well. So maybe could you state the key ideas of your work once more, maybe in simple words, and also maybe give some comments on the demo we just showed with like the music with these things, so we can better understand the project. Thank you.
Okay. Well, the work's a kind of an ongoing thing, looking at the basically audio reactivity. So it started out as and how that relationship between audio and visuals then represents kind of the relationship between humans and technology. So the idea of the fractal noise background reacting to audio initially started out as a video work, then looking at WebGL to develop that further, and then using not then starting out. So I think that initially started out using just like MP3s made in Ableton. So using some of the techniques I talked about, so granular synthesis, FM synthesis, and the vocal stuff. But then trying to do more and more within the browser itself, and taking it all online, and kind of just getting this relationship, looking at the relationship between humans and technology, and then kind of looking at how different aspects of the visuals and the interactivity can react to the audio as a kind of that as a relationship. So the browser can do a lot more powerful things than video can do, because the browser in there can, well, like using After Effects to generate video, you're limited, but it's within the using 3GS and the audio.js libraries, you can split, you can use FFT analysis to whatever you generate, and then split those frequencies as many bands as you like. So this is split up into, I think, 3 bands. So as you'll notice, as there's more high frequency information, the background fractal changes in response to that. So makeup becomes lighter, or if there's more bass stuff, the background becomes then darker, and it moves a little bit in time with the audio. The audio is generated on a series of timers using the audio JavaScript library. In there, there's a couple of different synthesizers used, and it also is using a timer to play the MP3 samples. And then the grid sequence of the cubes, that's pretty much taken directly from the William Gibson's lines of light ranged across the non-space of the mind. And when the kind of goes further into how he talks about the data blocks and how it's zoomed up, so that's related to, so that you'll notice that some of the grids are different, the cubes are different shapes and different colors, so as in, or tones, more so. So that then relates, the FFT there is also working the same way. So there are base cubes, mid cubes, and high frequency cubes, and they all relate or all react differently to the audio. And there's no actual control. The audio is kind of random. There's no necessary pattern to that, because each timer is slightly different. So it's kind of polyrhythmic in a sense that there's a random note that will play on the FM synthesis. There's the random drones that play for certain times, and there's random granular stuff, and then the random timers for what audio file will play from memory. So while it plays, it's never really the same. So it's, I guess each time you press the space bar, you get a unique performance, is one way of looking at it.
It's very
Does that
cool.
make it any clearer?
You're getting a lot of thumbs up from the audience, so I think it does.
Okay, good eye.
Great. Thank you so much for being online, Dylan. I'm very sorry to you and to everyone who for the technical difficulties this morning, but I'm glad we were successful. I'll turn the microphone up and hold it up, and let's give Dylan the round of applause that I hope he can hear.
Thank you.